welcome everybody. WWE Speed, the Brusierweight Championship Edition. We got a recap of all the action that happened in WWE Speed in the latest tournament. Andrade attempting to defend his third championship defense in the WWE Speedland. Also, we've got a women's WWE Speed champion that's going to be crowned next week. And I got a spoiler here for you that I'll go over in the final thoughts. My predictions for the tournament, and also a spoiler on who will win the next week's matchup. You want all that and more? Let's get through it quickly. Let's get in. I'm your host, Bryan, the Hype Ballard. Let's talk about WWE Speed. First up, we've got the #1 Contenders Tournament Finals matchup. That is Javon Evans and Pete Dunne. The bell rings and we get a 3-minute matchup. We get immediate leapfrog, Evans over Dunne, followed by a super kick for a 1 and a 2 pin count. All Speed Evans hits the ropes and then a Hurricane Rana, followed by a drop kick. And Dunne is outside. Evans hits a beautiful over-the-top rope splash to the outside, hitting his opponent. Evans hits that and then ultimately throws his opponent back in the ring, and Evans enters himself with a springboard crossbody for a 1 and a 2. Both men are up. Dunne gets the advantage with a German suplex. The two attempt some ground control, but Dunne hits a massive sit-down powerbomb for a 1 and a 2. At the 2-minute mark of the matchup, we get chest chops traded. Now various kicks. Dunne collects and hits the back of the neck with a 2 count on that one. Evans follows the ropes and hits the knot. This is a high-flying matchup back and forth, technical versus speed. But ultimately, Dunne works the fingers, follows up with the bitter end finisher, smacking Evans straight into the match and out of the arena with a 3 count. 38 seconds left, and we now have our championship matchup for Andrade determined, and that is Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, getting his chance at WWE Speed's championship. We go ahead into that matchup. We'll link the #1 contendership right up there for you if you've seen the previous coverage. But we get the Steam Championship, which gets a 5-minute time limit. Andrade versus Pete Dunne. Andrade making his third attempt to defend the WWE Speed Championship. The bell rings and both men trade blows. We get a takedown and Dunne attempting an inside cradle for a 1 and a 2. Chops by Dunne and whips Andrade into the corner. He's met, flips on the apron. Dunne charges but is met with an elbow. Andrade hits the top rope, crossbody, it connects. Andrade's back up to the top, has a split-legged moonsault for a 1 and a 2 count. Less than 4 minutes remaining. Andrade goes for the 3 amigos, but it is countered. And an arm lock by Pete Dunne onto the ground with the champ. Dunne working the fingers a bit, and the champion is fighting back. We get another very aerial style, but we do get a schoolboy into the turnbuckles. And less than 3 minutes left in this one. Pete Dunne hits a German suplex, combination with a double stomp on the fingers and a boot to the head for another 2 pinfall. Dunne goes to the top with confidence. Andrade stops him, hits the superplex, but both men fall down with less than 2 minutes remaining. There's a 2 count there for that measure. Pete Dunne survives. Less than 90 seconds left in the matchup. Dunne hits more finger moves, but Andrade connects with a back elbow and delivers what he calls the message. With the 48 seconds remaining in the matchup, Andrade Cien Almas is your WWE Speed Champion, putting off the era of the Bruiserweight. We're going to go ahead and get into our final thoughts here, and here they are. We got ultimately a fun matchup this week with Pete Dunne versus Andrade, and I like to see that Andrade, got what I believe is somebody that could actually beat him for the championship. So the suspension of disbelief was definitely there for me on Speed. But we go ahead and let's talk about next week. We're going to get into the women's tournament matchup. And ultimately, if you do not want to know about spoilers, then do not go past this point in the video. I'll leave some other links here. But ultimately, we have Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky, Naomi versus Blair Davenport, Elektra Lopez versus Kairi Sane, Candice LeRae versus Piper Niven. And as you guys noticed, a few weeks ago, I predicted possibly 5 women that could be in this tournament, and none of them made the cut. So now I got to predict a new winner. My old prediction was Ivy Nile to win the tournament without knowing the bracket. But we are going to get the bracket, and I'm going to go ahead and marinate on this one, but I do believe that we could get someone of a Candice LeRae or even a Naomi taking the seat in this speed tournament here. But next week, we are going to get the first matchup, which is Lyra Valkyria. And I will tell you, do not bet on Valkyria to beat Io Sky. Io Sky will walk away from this speed championship. Spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It's not a prediction. It's a fact. We got Io Sky will advance on next Wednesday at noon. Moving on in the bracket and the tournament to take on the winner of Blair Davenport and Naomi. That's all I got for you guys. I'm going to speed on out of here. Thank you, goodbye, and good night.